All right, it is 3:13 p.m. EST. That's my beautiful baby girl right there. And it's time to do the work that most traders will never do, which is sitting here at this computer for the next hour and tracking every single small cap breakout that happened in the market today. Because I work hard for my money. You do too. I don't want to feel like I'm gambling my money and I don't have a crystal ball. So what can I do about that? I can go through and I can back test the data to make sure I have an edge, know the best place to put my take profit, know the best place to put my stop loss. And that's what this channel is all about. So let's go through and do that hard work right here, right now. And let's see how fast we can get this done today, because I got a couple other things that I got to get done. PFSA right here, I already started inputting some of the information like breakout level time. The stock broke out on 5-minute candle close. If you guys don't know what some of this means, I'm going to try to describe as much as I can of it in this video today. But I have another video that I just released yesterday that breaks this down a little bit more in depth. So one thing that you guys want to know is when we had the breakout on PFSA today, right here on this 5-minute candle close, you would not have been able to enter at the close of this candle. And the reason why is because this stock got halted. So you can't enter a stock when it gets halted. It got halted at 952. You would have been able to enter at the open of the next candle. The open of the next candle, if you take a look up here, OHLC, you can see that's 1332. That's the realistic price that you could have got in at if you just played a regular breakout on this one. And that's why we put 1332 as the 5-minute candle close right there. Next up, with a 15% stop loss, what is the max price that this stock reached? If we would have entered right here at the open of this candle, would we have been able to enjoy this big move to the upside that is currently happening? We just hit 2283 right here. And the answer to that question is absolutely not. So you would have entered right here. You would have enjoyed a nice little 20% move right there. But after that, it pulled all the way back over 15%, over 26% to be exact. So what we want to do here, since we would not have enjoyed this move, then the max price reached, if you would have been in this trade, the max price that you could have sold at was right here at the top of this candle. Again, open, high, low, close up here in the top left-hand corner. When I put my mouse over the candle, the high for that candle was 1593. We're going to put that into our tracker over here. It's going to automatically calculate the percentage, the top amount that I could have got on that trade, which is 19.5%. The reason why that's important is because on my dashboard, now I can go through and I can compare the best take profit. And that's how I know for most of these setups after breakout, 15 to 16% is really the max amount that you can get on a consistent basis. Now we want to know what's the max pullback price while we were in that trade. If I entered at the open at this candle right here, what was the low? So if I entered right here, you can say we make a small little wick down. The low of this candle was 1326. That's all the drawdown that you would have been in, which is almost nothing, $13.26. We're going to put that into the tracker. A drawdown of 0.45%, so not much at all. Next question is, was the second 5-minute candle green? It was yes. I'm not going to input that information yet. And the reason why is because if I put that in there now, it's going to take that entire row. It's going to put it into another sheet because that's part of another strategy that I track. So I'll leave that blank for now. And then after I input all the other information, I go back and do the 1-minute candles and the 5-minute candles. And these three, M, N, and O, are very important. What the 5-minute candle does, the next 5-minute candle, and what the 1-minute candles are doing when the stock breaks out. If you guys have been following along, you know that's very, very important. Next up for PFSA, we want to go through and we want to put the previous close. I can find that on the quotes widget right over here. Previous close was $4.53. I'm going to type that in. So at the breakout level, it was 164% up for the day. Market cap and free float, I've already input that information. Next up, I want to do the dip percentage before the breakout. Now, I'm already creating a strategy, and I'm actually going through and backtesting it later today on how I can get in before the breakout, because I pretty much mastered small cap breakouts at this point. Now I want to master getting in before the breakout. And that's exactly what this column right here is helping me out with, dip percentage before the breakout. So what I do is I take the high that was set right there at breakout, and then I drag that all the way to where it bottomed out before it broke out. So you can see that's a 34% pullback. So right here for PFSA, I'm going to put 34%. And then the next column right here is dollar volume on breakout. Dollar volume on breakout right here on this 955 candle. I have a custom indicator that I created right here. If I put my mouse over it, you can see down here at the bottom, it's going to tell you the dollar volume, which is 13.07. So I'm going to type that in. And then for the country, you can see that on profile. Country right here is United States. So we're going to put USA. Easy peasy. Highlight that row. Go over to the right-hand side. A couple other things that we need to put is that, yes, it did break out. And then the time the level was set. So the time we got that first pullback on the 5-minute time frame that established that high, that breakout level, was right there at 4:25 a.m. So I'm going to put in 4:25. Time the stock bottomed out before the breakout. So if we zoom in here, it'll actually tell me where the low is. And the low was right here on this candle at 8:05. So we set the level at 4:25. And we bottomed out at 8:05. And then, of course, we went and broke out at 9:55. That's an important part of the process for me when I'm tracking and creating that strategy of how I'm going to get in pre-breakout here, which I'm going to be rolling out to my one-on-one students here soon. Next up is SGLY. That's going to be the next ticker. Level was up here at $9.13. I don't believe this one broke out. So what I need to do here is I've already inputted a lot of the information. The country the stock was from is from the United States. Let me put that in there. Let me put in the previous close. Previous close is $4.49. So at that level right there, it was up over 103%. Just ended up dying off. Never got any continuation whatsoever. And of course, we never trade those. So if I scroll over here, I'm going to put no breakout right here. And then time the level was set. So if we zoom in here, this red candle right here was a little bit higher. This is the candle that set the level. That was at 5:10 a.m. So I'm going to input that information. And we're going to keep this bad boy rolling and move over to the next one. By the way, if you guys want to know what trades I took today, I took PFSA. And then the other stock that I took today was IPST. Yeah, IPST was the other stock. So we'll get to that one as well. Make sure you guys go check out my videos if you haven't already. So next up, we're gonna, where am I at right here? So SGLY, we just did that one. Next up is BIAF. BIAF. So if we take a look here, this one broke out early in pre-market. That level was 0.56. It broke out right here at 8:30 above that level. 5-minute candle close is 0.5789. And then what's the max price that you could have reached if you entered at this 5-minute candle close? This pullback was only 9.6%. So the max price that you could have got while in this trade was 0.6288. So I'm going to type that in there. And then max pullback price. So if you would have entered here, your max pullback price would have been the low of this candle, which is 0.5229. So I'm going to type that in. Bang. Was the second 5-minute candle green? No, it was not. The second 5-minute candle was not green. So I'm going to put no right there. And then dip before the breakout. So that's going to be from here to here, which is 13.7%. So I'll put 14%. Dollar volume on the breakout is 5.17. So I'm going to put in that information right there. Highlight that row, scroll over here to the right. We're going to put breakout right here. And then time the level was set. This level was set right here at 8:15 a.m. EST. And time the stock bottomed out was at the same exact time at 8:15. So this one was just one red candle and then immediately broke out just a couple minutes later. All right, BIAF is done. Next up on the list is going to be SXTC. So let's go ahead and type that in. And guys, comment down below if these longer videos like this of me going through every single small cap breakout, if it actually helps you. I'm going through this pretty fast today, but I'm trying to do my best to explain in real time, especially if you're newer or you really want to learn my system. I'm doing my best to explain these. So if you're getting value, please comment down below. Let me know. So right here, if you would have entered at the 5-minute candle close when we did break out right here at 525, the max price that you could have got in was definitely on this next candle because this is more than a 15% pullback. The high of that candle was $5.68. So you could have got 8% on that move. The low you would have had to hold through. I'll just put the low of this candle right here, which is $4.83. So 4.83, which is an 8% pullback. Did the next 5-minute candle close green? No, it did not. The dip percentage before the breakout is going to be from this level here down to this level, which is 10.9%. We'll put 11. Dollar volume on the breakout is going to be right here, 2.8 million. All right, highlight that bad boy. We're going to scroll over to the right here. We're going to put breakout. Time the level was set right here at 6 a.m. And then time the stock bottomed out was also 6 a.m. as well. So it bottomed out literally the same time that it pulled back and it created the level. Next ticker that I put on the list is EGH. So let's go to that one, EGH. I think this one never broke out. Yep, so I had this level all the way up here at $2.58. Time the stock broke out. It did not break out. So let's go through and input the previous close here. Previous close is $1.45. $1.45. It was up 77% for the day at this level. And the reason why this is the level instead of this is because I don't count breakouts that happen before 6 a.m. I used to sit down at the computer at 6 a.m. and just map out the high. And this was the high. If I would have sat down at the computer at 6 a.m., this is all I would have saw right here. And you can easily see that this is the high. Outside of the wick, I never count the wicks. I only count the bodies of the candles. That's how I set my levels. Again, make sure you go check the video where I explain that further. Dip percentage before the breakout. We never broke out, so I don't have to put that. The country the stock was from is from China. So I'm going to put China. Let's go ahead and highlight this row right here. Scroll over to the right. We're going to put no breakout. Time the level was set. The level was set at 4:40 a.m. Okay. Now let's go down to the next stock, which is WFF. I don't think this one broke out today neither. Nope. So the level on this bad boy was 2.809. Already got that. Never broke out. previous close. Let's input that. Previous close was $2.02. Dip percentage before the breakout. It never broke out. Profile. Country, it's from Malaysia. So we're going to put other right here. I'm going to highlight that row. I'm going to scroll over here. And then I'm going to put no breakout on this bad boy. Time the level was set is 4:35 a.m. EST. And the reason why I like going through and showing you guys this process is because this is what it takes in order to truly know if you have a strategy that works. And you may be wondering why, you're avoiding the work of backtesting. You guys probably know this is what you should be doing, but setting up this entire process was a was a process for me. Because there's many of things that I wish I would have been tracking from the beginning that I ended up tracking later on. And then I had to set up the Google spreadsheet, and then I had to hook up a dashboard to it where I can go through and filter through all this information. So it ain't easy. And that's why most people are not doing it. VSME is the next ticker right here. Breakout level was set right here at 405 at 156. No breakout for the day on this one. So we just want to input the previous close at $1.21. It was up over 28% at that level. Country the stock was from, Hong Kong, which is China. We're going to highlight that row, scroll over to the right, VSME. We're going to put no breakout. Time the level was set. Again, was at 4:05 a.m. So we're going to input that information there. All right, now we're just going to scroll on down to the next one. The next one here is going to be AUUD. So let's type that in, AUUD. AUUD, I had a level set all the way up here at $1.26. Yep. Time the stock broke out. It never broke out above that level. I already have the previous close, the market cap, the free flow, all of that's good. What country was it from? It was from the United States. And then let's scroll over to the right-hand side and put the time the level was set. No breakout. Time the level was set was at 1620, which is 420 from after hours the previous day. One thing that I found, and one of the reasons why I'm tracking this column right there, is what I'm finding is that stocks that set their level in after hours or set their level before 6 a.m., they have a lower chance of going to break out above their breakout level. And again, that is what is allowing me to find different ways to get in pre-breakout, which is pretty awesome. Next up, we got ticker JFU. So let's go ahead and type that in here, JFU. Breakout level was all the way up here at 360. I mean, this was just a complete pump and dump, never broke out. Previous close on this one was $2.32. Country the stock is from China. So this was a China pump and dump. Highlight that row. Scroll over to the right. No breakout. Time the level was set was right here at 1940. So let's go ahead and type that in there. Scroll back over to the left. Next up, we have IVF. So type in ticker IVF here. IVF, I had the level all the way up there at 2.109. It never broke out. We need to go ahead and put in the previous close, which is $1.53. And then the country the stock was from is from the United States. We're going to put that in here. Scroll over to the right-hand side. Boom. We're going to put no breakout here. And then time the level was set was right here at 1720. And again, guys, if I'm going too fast for you, it's just because I've been doing this for a long time. You can always slow this video down a little bit. Or if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask a question down below. Or if you really want to take this to the next level, you want me to train you one-on-one, I'll help you get your Webull platform set up. I'll double check everything for you. I'll go over every single strategy, go over my dashboard in depth with you, and live trade with you every single day, Monday through Friday. Click that link down below to learn a little bit more, specifically for traders who have over $10,000 plus inside of their account. Next ticker is going to be SLE right here. SLE was a stock that I almost took today, but there was something on the 1 minute time frame that made me say it was a no-go. I actually made a video about that. Make sure you go check that out. 5 minute candle close was 681. Max price reached while in the trade was $7.37. The max pullback that you would have had to hold through is the low of this 930 candle, which is $6.02, so 6.02. Max drawdown in that trade, you would have been down 11%. That next 5 minute candle did close red, so we're going to put no right here. Previous close on this bad boy, it was 3.02. So at this breakout level, it was up over 93%. Market cap currently right now at $5.08 is 8.6 million. So it is 1 to 10 million. And then the free flow is 1.6 million. So that's 1 to 10 million as well. Dip percentage before the breakout. So we want to find where we set that breakout level, which is right here on this pullback. We want to go from the top all the way to the bottom. That's 12.4%. I'm going to type in 12 there. Let me hit that back button. Back 12. Okay, there we go. Dollar volume on the breakout is 24 million. 24.87. Tons of volume on that bad boy today. Profile, United States, USA. All right, highlight that row, scroll over to the right-hand side. We're going to put breakout on this one because it did break out. And then time the level was set was right here at 9:15 a.m. EST. And then the time the stock bottomed out was the exact same time, 9:15 a.m. EST. So as soon as this stock pulled back, it bottomed out, and then it immediately bounced on the next candle. Next ticker is going to be YYAI. I didn't input any of the information on this stock because I didn't have time. But this stock broke out right here at 7.55, and the breakout level was right there at $1.44. Time the stock broke out 7.55. Okay, 5-minute candle close. Again, put your mouse over the candle. Open, high, low close in the top left-hand corner. Close is 1.617, so I'm going to type that in over here, 1.617. Max price that you could have reached while in this stock. As you can see, big fall off right here. The max price that you could have reached was right here on this candle. The high was $1.68. So I'm going to type that in. It tells me the percentage. You would have been able to catch 3.9%. Whenever it's below 5% like that, I don't even bother putting in the max pullback price. Obvious, that's a loser. I'm just going to keep the max drawdown at 100%. It automatically counts it as a 15% loser on my dashboard. Previous close on this bad boy was $1.22. Market cap below 1 mil for both. 100%, that's not accurate. But this is a China stock more than likely. No, it's from the United States. It's so odd. I mean, basically, it's saying that this company is only worth $64,000. I mean, who wants to buy YYAI? I don't know if that's 100% accurate, but that's what Webull is telling me. So that's what I'm going to input here on my tracker. Dip percentage before the breakout. So we're going to pull back from there all the way till here. 22% was the pullback on that one. Dollar volume on the breakout was 4 million. Took 4.03 million. Country the stock is from the United States. And just FYI, if you guys are watching this and you guys are using any other broker, your candles, if you're trying to follow along, your candles could be a little bit different. Every single broker, even if you're using NBBO, which is National Best Bid and Offer, all of the candle open and closes, some of them are slightly different. I don't know why that is, but it's true. So if you're on TradingView, or if you're looking at this stock on another broker, don't be surprised if your candles are a little bit different than mine. That's why I recommend all of my one-on-one students use Webull, because that's where I track all of the data. And to stay as consistent as possible, you're going to want to use the same exact broker as me, or at least make decisions based off of the candlesticks over here on Webull. So for YYAI, I'm going to put breakout. Time the level was set was right here at 6:25 a.m. EST. Time the stock bottomed out after it did pull back. Low $1.22. Yeah, so it bottomed out at the same exact time at $6.25 right there. It hit that level 3 times in a row. Okay, next ticker that I got on the list is BANL. Let me scroll down a little bit here. BANL. So BANL. Okay, so I'll put this one on the list. It's probably when it started moving right here. This was the close at 4 o'clock. Let's just put that all the way up here. That level was up over 31%. This level was only up 15.9%, 31% here. This was a lower volume move. This 5-minute candle only had $49,000 in volume. But that is a legit breakout level, because for me, the stock just needs to be up over 17%. And at that level, it was up 31%. So for breakout level, we're going to put 13.66. Time the stock broke out, and never broke out above that level. Previous close was $10.35. Market cap on this bad boy was 10 to 50. And then free float was below 1 million. Dip percentage, we don't need any of that. Profile, this is a Chinese company. And then I'm going to highlight that row. I'm going to scroll over to the right-hand side. No breakout here. Time the level was set, 9:45 a.m. EST. Boom, there you go. Now we only got 5 more. Next ticker is TDTH. Okay, TDTH right here. The level that I had set was $2.38. We can see that that never broke out. So over here, put in the previous close of $1.93. At that level, it was up 23% for the day. Market cap sitting at 9.7 million. But that 9.7 million is representative of the market cap at $2.06. When it was up here at $2.38, it was above 10 million. So for my category, I'm going to put 10 to 50. For the free flow, it's 4.5 million. So I'm going to put 1 to 10. And then for the country, this stock is from Singapore. So I have USA, Chinese, and Canada. I'm going to put other right there because it's from Singapore. Highlight that row, scroll over to the right-hand side, put no breakout. Time the level was set right here at 9:50 a.m. So let's go ahead and type that in here, 9:50. All right, sweet. Let's keep it rocking and rolling here. SAGT is the next ticker. So let's pull that bad boy up. SAGT breakout level is right there at 76 cents, 0.76. Time the stock broke out above that level was at 10:10 a.m. EST. 5-minute candle closed at 0.8465. Big move to the upside way before that 5-minute candle closed. As you can see right here, that was at 11% above the breakout level there. Max price that this stock reached while you were in the trade. Pretty nasty pullback on the next 5-minute candle. Let me measure that out. Make sure that's not 15%. Nope, that was only 10%. So you could have got that 0.90 that it reached right there, which is only representative of a 6% move. And your max drawdown would have been the low of this candle, which is 0.7586. Oh, hold on. Put it in the wrong column. 0.7586, which is a 10% drawback. Would have been a loser. Second 5-minute candle did not close green. Previous close is 0.64486. Market cap is between 10 to 50 million. Free float is between 1 to 10 million. Stock this company is from is Malaysia. So I'm going to put other here. Dip percentage before the breakout. So this was the high right here when the breakout level was set. This was the low, 6%. Dollar volume on the breakout was 912,000, so 0.912. Bada boom, bada bang. SAGT, I put time the level was set, right? No, I did not. So I need to put breakout. Time the level was set is at 10:05. And then time the stock bottomed out is also 10:05. Okay, let's move on to the next one, which is IPST. IPST was the second ticker that I traded today. This was a beautiful move to the upside. Level was $10.75 right here. Time the stock broke out is 10:45 a.m. EST. 5-minute candle closed above that level at $11.56. Max price that it reached while in the trade was all the way up here, $25.34. Oh man, I sold way too early on this one. I sold for a 15% gain today. If I would have only been able to read the future, I would have been able to get 119%. But I will tell you, if you go through my dashboard and you filter through, you might see this and it may seem like this happens often, but trust me, it does not happen as often as you think. Most of the time, these stocks aren't even running for 15%. Most of the time, you don't have an edge on a breakout. Max pullback price while in the trade, if you would have entered right here, would have been the low of this candle. That low is $11, so 4% drawdown. The second 5-minute candle was green. Previous close on this stock is $7.39. Market cap is at $16. It's 11.7 million. So it was definitely below 10 million. So it was 1 to 10 million at the breakout level down here at 1075. Free float is below 1 million. The dip percentage before the breakout is going to be right here. We're going to measure from here down to here. So that's 24%. And then the dollar volume on the breakout right here was 15.24. So a little over $15 million in dollar volume. I think it was rocking and rolling today. Country is from the United States. Highlight that row. Scroll over to the right-hand side. We're going to put breakout here. Time the level was set, 10:20 a.m. Perfect. Time the stock bottomed out is 10:35. So it bottomed out 15 minutes later. Perfect. Okay, now we only got two more guys. OSRH right here. So let's go ahead and put the level. The level was 0.7286. Boom. Time the stock broke out is going to be right here at 11:10. So let's put that. 5-minute candle closed at 0.7470. And then the max price that you could have caught. Ooh, man, that thing is taking a poop now. But if you would have entered here, how deep of a pullback was this? 11.6%. So with a 15% stop loss, you would have stayed in that trade. The max price that it reached was all the way up there at 0.84. So that's about a 12.4% move. Max pullback while in that price is all the way at the bottom of this candle right here, which is 66 cents, so 0.66. Next 5-minute candle after the breakout was confirmed was red, so I'm going to put no here. Previous close was at 59 cents, so at this level right here, the stock was up 23%. Market cap on this bad boy is between 10 to 50 million. Free float is also between 10 to 50 million. The dip percentage before the breakout. So this was the level that was set in pre-market. So right here, we want to take the high. We want to measure that all the way down here to the bottom. And that's a 19.6% pullback. So I'm going to round up to 20. The dollar volume on the breakout candle right here was 1.75 million. Decent volume on that breakout there. Profile, companies from the United States. Highlight that row. Scroll over to the right-hand side. We're going to put broke out. Time the level was set was right here in pre-market at 5:45 a.m. And then time the stock bottomed out was, if I zoom in here, it should tell me. Yep, right here on this candle at 8:15 a.m. Okay, sweet. Last stock right here is going to be CAST. Let's type that bad boy in right here. I think there's one more stock. CAST. What about CDTG? Did I do CDTG? So typically one thing that I like to do is also just go through that top gainers list and make sure I double check and make sure that I got all the breakouts. So CAST, I meant to add CDTG earlier. So if we take a look at CAST, we need to define where that level was at. So we're going to go from the previous close here, take a rectangle. We're going to measure up at what point were we up at least 17% for the day. This level right here, we were up 17%. So the first pullback after that is going to be right here. So our breakout level would have been right here on this candle. And then if we zoom in here, we can see we broke out on the next candle at 11:20 with a dollar volume of 92,000. That dollar volume needs to be more than 50,000 for me to count it. So that is a legit level. Breakout level 104. Time the stock broke out. It's 11:20. 5-minute candle closed at 1.045. And the max price that it reached while in that trade, unless it goes and makes a new high in this last 20 minutes, which it might. I'm just going to go ahead and put 230 right here. I can go in and change it later. And then the max pullback price while in that trade, if you would have entered here, it would have been the low of this candle, which was $1.04. So basically no pullback, less than 1% of pullback. The next 5-minute candle was green. Previous close for this stock is 0.8598. So at the breakout level, it was up 20%. Market cap, it currently says 97 million, but that's at $2. So $2 is double $1, which means that market cap doubled. So that means the market cap was sitting at around 45 million, 47, 48 million. So it was right below that 50 million threshold. So market cap between 10 to 50 million. Free float was also between 10 to 50. The dip percentage before the breakout. So I'm going to have to zoom back in here on the 5-minute candle. We're going to take this high and we're going to measure our way down here. It's going to be 6.5%. I'm going to round up to 7. Dollar volume on the breakout right here, like I said, is 92,000, 0.092. Stock, the country this stock is from the United States, the US of A. And we're going to scroll over to the right-hand side. We're going to put breakout. Time the level was set is right here at 11:15. So we're going to put that here. And then time the stock bottomed out was at 11:15. So at the exact same time. So we'll put that there as well. Now let's move over to CDTG. CDTG right here. So first thing I got to do is find where the level was at. So let's find the previous close. Previous close was right here at 4 o'clock. So at what point was it up at least 17%? Not at that level. It was this level, because this level right here was only up 14.6%. The next time we had a pullback was right here. All right, so the level was right here. The only problem was that level was set right there at 12 o'clock. This stock broke out after 12 o'clock, and that's why I didn't have it on the list, because I don't count any breakout that happens after 12 o'clock because I step away from the computer at 12 o'clock, and I'm not going to be watching the charts after that, so I'm not going to be taking any of those breakouts, so it wouldn't help me to track any of those setups. All right, cool, guys. So that's how I sit here and I track every single small cap breakout that happens in the market. I do this every single day. Now at this point, I'm going to go in and input all the information for the 1-minute candles and the 5-minute candles and go through and check all of my strategies. I already know they went 2 for 2 today. Make sure you check out those videos. And if you trade with over 10K in your portfolio, you want access to my dashboard, you want one-on-one calls with me, you want to live trade with me every single day so I can help you identify all these setups, click that link down below to learn a little bit more. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.